Jesus said this, you, in verse 44 of John 8, you are of your father the devil. Now, for just a moment, Jesus did not get any points for being a seeker-friendly speaker. I mean, he just assaulted and offended everybody right off the bat. And he just looked at these people, these religious people that were false, and he says, you're of your father the devil. The desires of your father is what you want to do. See, he nailed that they were living, as Paul would say, according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that is now at work in the sons of disobedience. Jesus just confronted them with truth. And he says to them, so your father's the devil, and the desires of your father you want to do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and look at this, does not stand in the truth. Now what we have is a series of parallels. Jesus is saying that the father of lies does not stand in the truth, but believers stand in the truth. The father of lies does not abide in the truth. Believers abide in the truth. The father of lies is a liar, and believers are not to believe the lie. It's just a contrast right down the way of what a true believer and what a follower of the devil is. He does not stand in the truth, verse 44 says, because there's no truth in him. We receive the love of the truth. We receive the engrafted word. We are truth seekers and truth feeders and truth lovers. Satan doesn't have any truth in him. He won't stand in it. He won't stand for it. He has no truth in him. And then Jesus concludes at the end of 44 with this. When he speaks a lie, he speaks from his own. It's kind of like what's inside is coming out. He speaks of his own. For he is a liar and the father of it. So we need to be on guard against the father of lies. Each day Satan wants to corrode our lives with his lies. He attacks us at every level. The father of lies wants to snatch the word of God from you. You know, and he does this in such amazing ways. I actually know people, I know because I talk to them, and find out that they cannot leave the house without the Weather Channel running continuously. It's like if there's a storm in Nome, they can't leave home without knowing about, the storm center view. And there's other people that they cannot leave home without almost anything except the most important thing. See, Satan does not attack us head on. He does not have people break into our house and at gunpoint rob us of our Bibles. He just fills us with so many things that are time fillers that most people I talk to say, I just don't have time. I don't have time to read the Bible or pray or memorize. I don't have time. Yet, as this morning's New York Times says, they do have time for the average American to spend 30 hours a week on Facebook, which is taking over the whole internet. They have time for that, 30 hours a week. Only takes 72 hours to read the whole Bible. The Facebook users could read the Bible every, 2.5 weeks if they wanted to, if they just swapped out their Facebook time. Amazing. Satan, the father of lies, wants you to have the word snatched from you by any means. He wants you to think that sin is not bad, so he lets you learn to laugh at sin on television or in the movies. He wants to destroy your conscience so it will no longer warn you. You will not be shocked by sin. You will not be offended by sin. You will not be, as righteous Lot was, vexed in your soul by the wickedness around us. We're supposed to go through life constantly vexed, not getting more and more comfortable with what's going on around us, but vexed and troubled that the holy God is so offended by the sin that surrounds us. The father of lies wants to destroy your conscience by entertaining you with sin so you don't think it's as evil as it really is. He wants to surround us with such a sea of sin that we become accustomed to it, not shocked by it. He wants to fill our mind with doubts. He shoots arrows of lies, arrows of immoral defilement and false doctrines. Basically, he wants to debilitate us. Every day, Satan wants to corrode our lives with his lies. Now, Satan has an invisible fog of lies that's corroding us every day if we don't protect ourselves. He wants us to have the truth of the Word of God snatched from us, whether by distraction or defilement, where we feel so distant and far from God. He wants to twist our thinking by putting sinful ideas to appealing music. He wants to confuse our emotions by corrupting our desires and drawing our affections to the wrong things. And what is God's plan for all that? Well, we saw that last week. God says the plan is get dressed for battle. Wear your protective gear. Wear your hazardous material. You live in a toxic waste site. It's contaminated. Wear your gear for battle.